What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. I'm coming back to you, of course, with another wig install, this time from Unice Hair. All the information will be in the description box below, but get into this beauty, this beautiful kinky curly half wig. Look at these curls. It's so pretty. I love the kinky curly texture. It looks so natural. Look at the construction of this wig here. They give you the faux looking edges. It comes with these 2 combs at the top, 2 combs at the sides, and then a comb at the back here as well, so that it's extra secure. And then of course I love the drawstring on these wigs because they keep them tight and snug on my head. But this curl pattern is really pretty. I think I said it's in the 24 inches. So really quickly, I'm going to show you all the things that came with the package. They give you a bunch of goodies to help you do your hair, including this headband that I'm excited to try. But if you want to see me install this wig, you got to keep watching. So before installing the wig, there are a couple of pre-steps, and first is your braid down. That's super important. I have the back of my hair going in straight backs, and then I have 2 anchor braids on each side, and very minimal leave out here in the front. Less is more. I'm using a wig cap this time just because I like a good wig cap to protect my hair, and I'm going to pull it forward over my 2 anchor braids in the front, and that's because the combs in the wig can slide underneath the wig cap and into the anchor braids. Now we're going to get into actually installing the wig. First thing I'm going to do is slide it to the back of my head and tuck in that comb, and then I'm going to tuck in the combs on the sides to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. So like I said, you can see the comb will go underneath that wig cap, so if you do like wig caps, you can definitely still wear it, and that is what it's looking like on the side. And I'm just going to do the same thing on the other side and make sure that it's in there secure. You can see my hairline there, and then I did the same thing for the top, gave it some tugs, and then I'm just going to pull this drawstring super tight to make sure it's secure in the back. Now the next thing you want to do is define the curls. I'm just using some water and some foam from Even, but I really prefer more of a harder foam, but I'll get into that a little bit later. But so now I'm just going to section the hair. Because it's so thick, I'm actually going to section it into 4 different sections. Typically I would do 2, but like I said, this is a lot of hair, so definitely take your time with this. And the first thing you want to do is drench the curls with water, whether you use a spray bottle or whether you go dip your head in the sink. Whatever you have to do, just drench it with water. And then you want to take this detangling brush, that's what I'm doing here, just to comb through the curls. And you definitely want to do this while it's moisturized, while it's wet a little bit. As you can see, this is what the curls are looking like so far. Then I'm just taking some of that foam, and now this is what's going to define the curls. So this foam gives the curls more of a softer hold, but I like more of a harder hold. So for harder holds, I like to use like a Foji mousse, or maybe even some gel. So just definitely keep that in mind for the type of style that you want. So I'm just going to continue the same thing for each section. Like I said, I split my hair into 4 sections. I'm just going to wet it with the water, put on the mousse, and detangle it here with my detangling brush. The next step in the defining process is I'm going to diffuse my curls. Now this is completely optional. You can let your curls air dry, but I do like to diffuse them because I feel like it adds extra definition to the curls and it makes them pop a little bit more. But I would also recommend maybe like co-washing or pre-washing the hair and combing through it like with your defining brush like I did earlier and letting it air dry. I feel like that gives it the same look as well. So this next part is completely optional. It depends on the style that you want. Some people can put water on their natural hair if you want like the curly look for the front of your hair, and maybe you don't want to like a sleeker look, or you don't want to do baby hairs, then you definitely don't have to flat iron your leave out like I'm doing right here. But I like more of a sleeker look in the front, and I am going to be styling my edges, so I'm just taking a very small flat iron and parting my hair into sections. just to straighten my natural hair. Now it is still going to blend with the curly hair in the back. That's why I made sure to leave out just a little bit of my hair, just the shortest part of my hair, so that it would not have trouble blending with the wig. So like I was saying earlier, I do like a sleek look and I do like doing my edges. So I'm just using my edge booster to define my natural edges. I feel like this helps my hair blend more with the hair of the curls, if that makes sense. Like, I know that's curly hair, but I think me slicking my edges like this in the front, and you don't have to do edges, maybe you can just slick it back if you want to, but either way, it has, I don't know, it doesn't have to be slick, but I prefer it slick because in my opinion, I just feel like it blends a little bit better with the texture of the wig. This is what the finished result is looking like. I love how it's blending, and I'm just doing a couple of flip overs here so you can see that even though I left out a very small amount of hair, you still can't see the little like track thing of the wig. It's very seamless and you can flip it any other way. And then this is what the curls look like in the back. They're super cute, super defined, but like I said, I wish I would have used a more like harder mousse to get more definition. This is more of like a softer definition, but it's still cute. And now I'm just showing you, like, the hair is versatile. You can flip it to each side, you can kind of like flip it in the middle if you want to. You just got to play with it to make it fit your face. And this is what the hair looks like when I've pulled it up into a high bun. So the minimal leave out works if you're going to leave your hair down, but if you're going to pull it up like this, definitely leave out a little bit more hair in the front so you can't see that thick line. And then this is just what it looks like in the back. I'm tucking in the sides in the back so you can't see the perimeter of the wig, but this is what the back of the wig is looking like. So since I only left out a little bit of hair, but I still want to show you the versatility, I'm going to use the headband that they provided in the pack. I'm so glad they provided this so that you have some versatility with your hair. And it is technically a headband wig. They do have that listed on their website, and you can use other headbands if you have your own. This is the one that just came with it, and you can see, like, you can still flip your hair from side to side. You can see your edges. You can get that look that you want with this. You can also pull your hair up into like a half up, half down. I'm not going to do it all the way, but I just did it like this so you can kind of get the idea of what that would look like. Lastly, this is just the hair in a high bun using the headband, and it looks super, super cute. I can definitely see myself going out like this, and I feel more secure since like my edges and the perimeter is covered up. But like I said, if you didn't want to wear the headband, just leave out a little bit more hair. I just wanted to leave out as least amount of hair as possible, but this is looking so cute and natural. But overall, I really, really love this hair. It's really great if you don't want to apply a lot of heat to your hair, or you don't want to do a lot of styling to your hair. I definitely recommend this headband wig. It's super quick and it's super affordable, so definitely check it out. All the information for this hair will be in my description box below. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. Adios till next time.